When you hear about a multi-million-dollar regulatory fine, what do you picture? It's usually not about one single mistake. It's about something much bigger, a massive wake-up call for an entire industry. And today, we're going to break down a case that, honestly, every single compliance professional really needs to understand.
Okay, let's just start with the number that gets everyone's attention. A big one. 9 million Hong Kong dollars. That is the size of the penalty the regulators handed down. A number like that isn't just a fine, it's a statement. It's designed to make you sit up and listen, and it screams just how high the stakes are for compliance failure.
So who are the key players in this drama? Well, this all went down in February 2024. On one side, you have Hong Kong's main financial regulator, the Securities and Futures Commission. You know them as the SFC. And on the other side, a licensed firm called Kylin International. Let's get into what exactly led to this huge showdown. At the heart of this entire case is AML/CTF. Now, for those of you who don't eat, sleep, and breathe this stuff, it basically stands for anti-money laundering and counter-terrorist financing. Think of it as the essential rulebook for preventing financial crime. Regulators like the SFC absolutely require firms to have solid, robust systems to check on their customers, monitor transactions, and report anything that looks even a little bit fishy. It is a fundamental pillar of the whole financial system.
Right, so that $9 million fine, it didn't happen because of one little slip-up. Oh no, it was a result of a series of pretty serious systemic breakdowns in the firm's defenses against financial crime. And now, we're going to break down exactly what those failures were.
So you've got to be asking, right? What exactly were these 4 critical failures that led to a fine of this magnitude? Let's get into the specifics.
All right, here's the rundown. First off, their transaction monitoring just wasn't up to snuff. It wasn't really designed to spot suspicious activity based on actual risk. Second, their ongoing checks on clients were, well, pretty weak. Third, they were failing to spot and escalate suspicious activity when they should have. And finally, you put all that together and, what do you get? It all pointed to some serious weaknesses in their internal controls and oversight. It really was a cascade of failures, one after another.
And here, this is the part you really need to pay attention to. The SFC fined them for having weak systems, for, and I'm quoting here, structural control deficiencies. They didn't even have to prove that money laundering actually happened. The lesson here is huge. Just having a weak fence is a punishable offense, even if nobody's actually broken through it yet. So you might be thinking, okay, one firm got a fine. Why should I care? Well, here's why. We're focusing on this one case because it's not just about one company's bad day. This action sends crystal clear signals to the entire financial industry about where the regulators' heads are at, not just in Hong Kong, but all over the world. So what are those signals? For starters, regulators across the Asia-Pacific region are getting a lot tougher. They're not just checking if you have a risk-based approach, they're digging into how you apply it. And the magic word here is effectiveness. Your system can't just exist on paper, it has to actually work. And believe me, this isn't just a regional thing. We're seeing supervisors globally start to zero in on these exact same issues.
Let's really break down this mindset shift because it's crucial. It is no longer good enough to just check a box and say, yep, we've got a monitoring system. That's the old way. The new standard, the new benchmark, demands proof. Can you demonstrate that your system is effective? Is everything properly documented? And is it actually calibrated to the specific risks your business faces? That's the new game.
All right, so who should be sitting up and taking the most notes right now? I mean, these lessons are pretty universal, but this case is a flashing red light for securities firms, for broker-dealers, asset managers, and especially any platforms that handle cross-border investments. If you're in one of these buckets, this case is a direct message from the regulators straight to your inbox. Okay, we spent a lot of time analyzing the problem, so now let's get to the good stuff, the solution. Because really, the most valuable part of digging into a case like this is turning these tough lessons into a concrete action plan, a playbook you can use for your own compliance program.
And what's great is that this case basically gives us a practical cheat sheet. The pitfall was ineffective monitoring. Well, the lesson is to build a system that is demonstrably effective. The firm was too focused on just onboarding new clients. The takeaway is that checking in on them, that ongoing due diligence, is just as vital. The big lesson here is that weak foundations and sloppy documentation are no longer just bad practice. They are direct triggers for massive fines.
So we're going to end with this. It's really the $9 million question, isn't it? I want you to take a hard look at your own systems, your own processes, and ask yourself honestly, are they truly effective Are they genuinely robust, or are they just for show? Because as this whole case proves, regulators are getting...
Thank you for watching this lesson. If you found it helpful, please like the video and subscribe for more AML and compliance training. If you would like to earn an anti-money laundering certificate, please visit www.nacacademy.ca. The first course is free and eligible for certification. I'll see you in the next lesson.